How are we doing, ladies and gents, boys and girls? Welcome back. My name's Tom Dyer, and today I'm going to be showing you 6 moves that you can do with one hand and one shaker whilst pouring in the other hand. Stick around. Now, before I go any further, I do want to say a massive thank you to each and every person who is subscribed to the channel. Thank you for all your likes. Thank you for all your comments. I really do appreciate it. The community is growing really, really nicely. The channel is growing really well, and I really appreciate everybody's involvement. If you are new around here, you can click subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when these videos go live, because we had a cool one last week. Thank you so much, everyone who's watched that. If you want to see it, it's up there. It's no free pouring allowed, and it's got some really sexy moves in there that you can use behind the bar. But I am going to be giving away a t-shirt. Yes, a little bit of Flair history, and this time we have the WFA Grand Slam from 2014, which was my personal t-shirt on stage. They're all my personal t-shirts. All you need to do for a chance for winning this is make sure you leave a comment down below. Tell me what you would love to see me teach on this channel, okay? And I'm going to sign this at the end of today's video. Plus, I'm going to be announcing who won this t-shirt from last week. So if you did watch last week's video, make sure you'll stick around until the end to see if you are the lucky winner. But let's jump into today's video. Move number 1 is basically a reverse forearm bump. Now, when I show you the pouring element, I'm just going to use an empty shaker and an empty bottle. This is my practice bottle. If you want to get your hands on one of these, I'll leave a link in the description below. It's rubbery a little bit, so it doesn't hurt when it hits you and things like that. Anyway, first we're going to learn the tin movement, which is basically going to pick the tin up off of the bar, and what you want to do is throw that shaker up for half the spin, and you're going to land it on your reverse forearm right here. So up, boo, okay, up, like that. You just want to throw and see if you can land it on there. Just let it hit your arm. Once you've got that, then you hit it a little bit harder, and you can catch it in the opposite hand, okay? And then, once you feel confident, you can catch it in the same hand. And you can do a quarter of a spin like that, or you can hit it a bit harder and do an extra spin, whatever you feel comfortable. Now, the tricky part with all of these pouring moves is keeping your hands still, because what tends to happen is people will go like this and pour all over the place. So I do recommend starting off with holding the pourer inside the shaker, and then you can practice the movement. But you wanna make sure you're keeping your arm still. And then as you get better, you lift your hand out, and you can even put your thumb on the edge of the shaker down here when you're pouring. So you can put your thumb down here on the shaker, and then you can try and do the move. And you try it with an empty bottle first, and then you can try it with a pouring full bottle. Okay, move number 2 is a simple shaker flip, which I really, really like. And it's very simple to perform. So basically, all you're gonna do is you're picking up the shaker in between your middle finger and your thumb. Then I'm gonna use my ring finger, and I'm gonna pull the base of the shaker towards me. So it's gonna do a 1.5 flip, and then I'm going to catch it in this position, okay? So it's literally boop, just a pull forwards. Now, I do want to catch it there with these fingers. So as I come down to place it on the small shaker, I can aim it right. But it's a really quick move to perform. It's very easy to do whilst pouring. You can do it pretty much on any bar, and I used to use this behind the bar a hell of a lot. Right, the third move is a shadow pass. Ooh. And it's shadow pass from the right hand to the right hand. We're going to grab hold of the shaker like this, and we're going to learn to throw the shaker past our ear right here, and then you're going to get your right hand, the same hand you've thrown the shaker with, you're going to bring it behind your neck, and you're going to catch it right here. It's quite an awkward one to do, so practice it without the pour, and you see I'm moving my body sometimes. But the pour with this one is literally holding onto the shaker with the bottle, and then you can perform the shadow pass. So you're gonna hold onto the bottle in a tennis grab and you wanna have your pinky finger free. So as you come down to grab hold, you grab hold of the shaker with your pinky. Some people like to do all 3 fingers and hold onto the bottle with their thumb and their index finger, however you feel comfortable. But it's like that. You can hold onto the shaker and then the bottle, or the bottle and then the shaker. And then that's pouring, and then you can perform the shadow pass. The tricky one with this is performing the move quickly enough so you're not pouring out too much liquid. So get the move ready, start your pour, make the move, and then you can pour it into the large shaker. Flair bartending move number 4 today is the behind the head. One of my most used moves ever in Flair, especially behind the bar. And this is how we do it. So you're gonna grab the shaker in tennis grab, really similar to the grabs that we've had before, like so. We're gonna learn to just throw the shaker up, and it's gonna come to our right ear, and you wanna do half the spin to begin with and bring it here. You can even do no spin, so you can get used to the feeling of that shaker coming past your ear. Then you can do a single spin, and you start simple, and then you can do a double spin. And then once you get better, you can do it with the pour really easily. So the pouring part, you're gonna grab the bottle in tennis grab, pour down, do the move, and then you can bounce and cut off. I recommend doing it this way because then you can keep an eye on the bottle as you're pouring. Okay, move number 5 is a behind the back with the same hand. Really similar to the behind the head, except instead of catching it behind your head, obviously, you're catching it behind your back. I have actually done a video on 20 different variations of catching behind the back, so you can check that one out to be able to nail this move even better. But essentially, you're using the same hand, you're throwing up, twisting your body slightly and catching the shaker behind your back. Now, because we're pouring at the same time, we already want that body twisted. And we're gonna use a reverse pour for this one. So you're gonna grab the bottle like so, fingers down the bottle, reverse pour. Now, what we're gonna do here is we're actually gonna push that to one side ever so slightly, and you're gonna throw the shaker over your arm behind your back. So over, behind our back like so. So you're gonna pour behind the, so you're gonna bring the bottle up, pour, behind. So in this case, we're gonna bring the bottle up to make our pour, and then we're gonna throw to the behind the back. Okay, the 6th and final move with one hand and one cocktail shaker is a roll up the arm. Now, I've taught many variations of the roll up, but I'm not sure if I've actually taught how to do the roll up the arm to catch in the same hand. Now, this is very similar to a behind the back, but instead of throwing it, we're rolling. So behind the back is like this. We've just done that, but we did it from left hand to left hand. This time we're rolling up the arm and catching behind our back like so. Now the trick here is making sure that when the shaker comes up, it's gonna drop over your shoulder. And at that point, all you're gonna do, as the shaker rolls up, you're gonna just put your hand behind your back and then hope that the shaker drops down into your hand. Now the more you do this, the more control you'll get over the roll of the shaker, and you'll be able to catch it and do this move very comfortably many, many times over. Once you've got it, it's the same pour as what we did before, where we're grabbing like so, and then we can perform the move and pour into the shaker. Yes. So there we have it, 6 moves that you can do with one hand and one shaker, which you can use behind the bar, and you can use whilst pouring with another bottle. So they're super cool to learn. And again, make sure you learn them without the pouring section first, just with the shaker. And then when you get confident with those, then you can start adding in pours and find your way to make it work for you. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching. And before I go, I'm going to give you a little clip of what is to come next week. That is what is coming up next week. I'm going to be teaching you how to flip the shaker with liquid inside. One of the most impressive moves that you can use behind the bar. But until next time, I'll see you then.